So it gets like the general idea out there. And so you can get as many of these as you want like this. Now, like the key really is what you're putting inside of the content brief here. And I think part of the reason, like when marketers and copywriters work inside these tools with the right understanding, it's why it helps them speed up the workflow so much. Because the better of a content brief, just for context, is going to give it
Yeah.
better instruction. And so, like, really the better research too, right? You do all the research for your market, your target, you use the AI for research, you fill out a better
It's
brief.
interesting that one of the things when I wrote about it recently in one of my blogs, just about what I was experiencing, I was at Jeff Walker. Yeah, I'm in his mastermind. So I was there, and there were all these people, a lot of people there were using ChatGPT. And I came away with the interesting thing was basically the fear factor of saying every copywriter is going to be out of work because of ChatGPT. And obviously they're not. But if you're writing like a bot now, and you're a mediocre copywriter with no research techniques and nothing else, yeah, you'll be out of business, but you should be out of business already, even without ChatGPT. That was my comment. And that's why David Deutsch, when he talked about it at my mastermind, talked about how we add our personality, how we add our own writing style. And so that's why it was intriguing for people to say, you can scrape your own copy in there and it'll write in your style. Why do I need it to do that? I have my style, and I can take the first draft like there and work it in to what I really want to talk about. And I don't have to worry about all the background stuff that a lot of copywriters need to work with. If you're writing all sales copy, however, plain vanilla is never going to work. There's so much more. And you said the key word, research. Agora, who's one of the best marketers around, they have their copywriting staff, new hires, they spend 9 months just doing research before they write a stitch to underestimate how much the research goes into it. And you can use, obviously, you can use AI for the research as well, just like you'd go to Google and just like you'd read books and all of that.
Yep.
But I think that the thing that really has captured my imagination is it's like a building block, and you still want to bring your personality to everything you do. And that's true with everything in life. When you think about it, it's interesting. And when you have these fear mongers who are going out there saying, if you don't use this, you'll be out of business. If you use it, you might be out of business too.
Yeah. And I have an interview this afternoon. Just I don't know if you know Ofer Breyer.
Yeah, I do.
Where we're just discussing like the future of learning with where these tools are going. And
Yeah,
some of where like our conversation has led us here in the past has been around like the act of more actively thinking and choosing about when working with these tools, as opposed to letting the AI take the driver's seat, which is, if you let it do that, then you're not bringing any more value to it, which is like our value of being creative and choice and like being able to discern which output is better, right? And it still requires understanding and skill. So it's only going to extend the ability of a copywriter who is naturally already really good at this than mediocre copywriter
exactly.
isn't no good or bad copy, and is
Yeah,
not going to
it's
last very
it's
long.
yeah, it's so interesting. People think this is the ultimate shortcut, and I'm not bragging. I've just been in the business for 40 years. I've met every great copywriter who's been alive in my lifetime, and I've worked with many of them. And there's a special talent there. Copywriting is not a commodity. And if anybody thinks it is, then they shouldn't be in copywriting. Now, I agree with you 100%. AI is going to just speed up the process, but why wouldn't you want to, in anything in life, why wouldn't you want to bring your personality to it? Because like life's not fun otherwise. You're just imitative of everything. But it is an interesting discussion because I think there's a lot of people who want easy way outs. And in marketing, there are a ton of them. And in
Mhm.
copywriting, there aren't as many in copywriting because you can't make a living for a long period of time being mediocre because you have to get results. And as a marketer, meaning like a business owner who has a product or a service, and you have to do media selection, you have to create offers, you have to create messaging, and it's a three-legged stool at least. And anybody who doesn't understand that isn't going to be in business for long. It's the people that have a promotion and they think that's a business, or they have a product and think that's a business. It's like you go on Shark Tank, they have one product. And if they're not thinking about the second and third product, they might have a one-hit wonder and they'll make a lot of money. But to me, I'm in it for the long haul. And I'm sure that's what you teach as well. In my book, Over Deliver, I always talk about playing the long game.